Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Kaiju Rampage sleeves are going to be available from Sleeve Chief. Now, there's quite a lot of other things over here on Sleeve Chief's website if you aren't interested in acquiring, cool sleeves like this. They have deck boxes, mats. I'll leave a link down below, and remember, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. Let's pass it on over to MarketWatch. MCO40. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button. Hey, comment down below when you be walking away with a booster pack. As per usual, Cunning of the Six Samurai. There has been, if you've been paying attention to the OCG Thursdays out here, we've been seeing a very interesting Six Samurai vanilla deck that has been popping up. I've now seen it 2 weeks in a row out of the OCG. And the build is very, very interesting in my personal opinion. I would recommend looking back on OCG Thursday and taking a look at the things that this deck is doing. One of the things that we're seeing with this deck is Cunning of the Six Samurai out here. 24, 30, and 12 are your last sold listings. Nice damage divert. Oh my gosh, that is destroyed. You're looking at, solidly 17 on up to 25 for light play. Nice misprint. Oh, that doesn't even look like a misprint. That just looks really, really worn out. Sure. But yeah, you're looking at like 30 on up to 40 here. Also, like, your Six Samurai stuff across the board, just on your showcase down here, is kind of a little bit interesting, but Cunning's the one you want to watch. And like I said, Six Samurai stuff in general, Grandmaster always has kind of been something. It's a secret rare from that time. The prize cards still hitting decent amounts. And of course, Shion Altis, let's call it what it is. You see Damaged Doll on your front page here. People are going crazy for this sort of stuff. No real sales, but you're hitting 40 for light play, so it's definitely, it's trailing on along. Oh yeah, Uniteds. I find this stuff to be very interesting. Just for whatever the new era build is, giving people time to innovate and see what, these duelists can come up with. Even Secrets. $5 for mod play, Euro Gateway of the Six, still only 47 listings of those. That's a little bit scary. Just the little things to watch out here in this the Six Samurai department. This is also personally a little bit interesting. The Archfiend's Advent has 46 listings for this thing. These have been actually disappearing off of the market. I guess the thing here is like the casual Yu-Gi-Oh player, or the casual Yugi deck enjoyers, the ones that built the Shining Sarcophagus deck, have been looking at this card going, it's a free, if I have a Shining Sarcophagus, free normal summon, and then I get to take control of an opponent's monster for free. But that's fine. And basically free link too, if you really need to get something cleared off of the field, or moving an opponent's monster on over to your field, and then maybe using it for another it really just depends on what purpose you need to use this for. It is a much different card than what feels like the rest of the Yugi deck, but man, the market is moving on these. It's still, your Gadget Trio is also $5 right now. People are eating this Yugi stuff up. You might not want to believe it, but it is happening. Also, Gigantic Sprite QCRs. I'm 10 listings of these now, by the way. 50, 54, and 50. Yeah, your lowest one available here is unverified. That doesn't look like a QCR. But okay, you clearly understand what you are listing here. But yeah, actually 55 on up to 62. That's kind of interesting, to say the least, out here. I'm not all that surprised to see such a tremendous jump up, but man, people are very hyped for things. Gemini cards, been a little while. I see you can get all the Italian versions of this thing in the world out here for $6, but outside of that, Lady Brilliance are gonna put you, well, like $7, $8 per copy. Yeah, I'm not that surprised to see that. To be fair, this is always like the big one. Oh man, Gemnite Master Diamonds. These are $4. Wow, Zirconias are also 5s. That's interesting. Lazulis are also 2s. Rubies are trucking around at 2s as well. Alexandrites. Wow, this thing still holding value at $1. Seraph Knights, yeah, still 2s, sure. interesting just to see the overall hold on the Gem Knight stuff, just for the long term. I'd love to see this deck actually just shine again in the meta. Get it, shine. This is $75 for Rarity Collection 2 boxes. And we've reached the point now that you're underneath the $80 mark. I figured we would kind of dip down to 80, but I figured we'd start to return back to normal here. I would say probably more so over time. You'll continue to see these 65 ones aren't going to last. People are going to look at that price point and they're going to be like, no, I want these. So you're going to see the upward spiral of these actually happen. You know what's crazy? At the 115 mark on down to the $74 mark, and that's over, well, like 4 months. That's insane. What a set, Konami. Dominus Purges. This is getting quite interesting to me. Should have bought these when they were $5-6 to the people that laughed at this card and said it's awful. Then why are we hitting on up to the $15 mark here? I would not be surprised, and I'm very bold to say this. Don't be surprised if Dominus Purge, doesn't hit a crazier price point. You're already down to 45 listings of this, and it's very strange. It's going up. Also, same thing I heard the Millennium Monk. People have been picking these up at $6-7. Yeah, look at this, $6. The crazy thing about this, though, is its QCR version is $20. And you know what? I think you're going to probably start to see people go after this. You do have 40 listings of this up, but when the lower version of this card is, almost worth, bumping up and grabbing this, I don't know. Something interesting to kind of keep an eye on. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Hey, look at this. 158, 165, 165. We've bumped it down a little bit. I'm happy to see it. You guys remember when this was $180 and everybody was losing their minds? How could Konami make this card? Yeah. There's like 100 quadrillion versions of these in circulation now, and you've had enough time to watch them do their thing. The Black Goat Laughs. 50 listings for this. The fact that this card is so popular in today's standard meta, it should be getting murdered by the tins in the future. Like, the fact that this card is still up on a pedestal right now at the $22 mark, it's not going to last. All right? You've been warned. Continue to keep an eye on this, but I'm telling you, for the way things are going here, this will not stay up for very long. Speaking of QCRs that are doing weird things, Lightning Darkness Dragon, all those $20 cheap copies, they don't exist anymore, actually. They have poofed. You're at $30 right now, heading on up to the 34, 30. You're going to probably watch this card hit the $40 mark eventually. The card is extremely good, don't get me wrong. It's got some of the coolest utility options in the game, personally. And as a collector, I love this card. Like, this is awesome. So yeah, interesting. Drastic Draw. Hey, you guys remember this card, right? You remember how crazy we were about Drastic Draw, right? Well, wow. What happened here? We're down to $1. Yeah, that didn't pan out. Now did it? Yeah. Kashtira Theosis. Don't even get me started on this Arise Heart BS. You're down to 9s. They just said this card's getting a reprint. But your player base is like, give me secret rares. Give $9. We'll spend. I don't get this player base some days. They see a reprint right in front of them and they're still throwing their money at their screen. Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, the player base, you know what you're doing. And then, of course, the legendary Ghost Rare Winged Dragon of Ra, 122, 123, 122. I love the fact you can get a light play Portuguese one down here. O Drago ao lado de Ra for $75. And you know what? That's actually probably a pretty cool pickup, honestly. But looks like for light plays, you're hitting the $98 mark. I guarantee you, if you buy one of these quote-unquote near mint ones, it's probably not going to get a PSA 10. Like, realistically, the minute it's in the sleeve, you're donezo. That's just how I feel about it. But What do you guys think about today's market? Interesting, to say the least, right? So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.